So at this point, we have no idea how many videos have been altered.
Busted, a matter of trust tonight as Metro Police admit an employee deleted portions of body camera video.
Fox 17 News' Maggie Lemire is live at Metro's North Police Precinct as members of the Community Advisory Board raise credibility concerns tonight. Maggie.
Scott, Erica, good evening. Now, the police staffer here in the metro area that edited out curse words out of body camera video footage from an incident that happened recently, that goes against department policy. It has a metro board taking a closer look at the big picture. Police officers wearing body cams was supposed to make interactions with the public more transparent. But revelations that a Metro Police staffer improperly doctored some videos has members of the Community Oversight Board wondering if police can be trusted. Executive Director Jill Fitcheard calls the editing of videos prior to their review disturbing.
I've been in the criminal legal system working in one capacity or another for over 25 years. I have never seen anything like this in my entire life, in my entire career. This is an egregious act that hasn't been dealt with on the level that I think it should be dealt with.
Metro Police tells Fox 17 News it was an honest mistake. But this revelation has both Republicans and Democrats calling transparency into question.
If we're going to have video, let's keep video clean and be exactly what it was.
It raises a lot of concerns. Again, it shows that, if you're going to redact this, it's just not about, it's not transparent.
This was done deliberately, intentionally, knowingly.
On Monday, the COB's executive board met discussing possible next steps, including doing their own investigation or even getting the FBI involved. Fox 17 emailed Metro Police asking for a response to the COB's remarks. Police sent a statement saying in part supervisors weren't aware of the redactions and noting how the deleted parts didn't alter the investigation. But members of the COB question how they can be sure this hasn't happened before.
Williamson County third graders had about a 66% pass rate for that test. It's the highest rate in Middle Tennessee and the 5th highest rate in the state. But despite those good outcomes, the school board says they're still worried this law could have a negative impact on their students. Starting this year, third graders who don't meet or exceed expectations on the reading portion of the TCAPs will be held back a year. Students can retake the test or go to summer school to avoid getting held back. But Williamson County school leaders say whether a student repeats a grade should be up to their teachers and parents, not lawmakers.
Our principals, in consultation with the parents, know a lot more about each individual child than just a test score and just whether a student attended the summer program or did tutoring.
Board members say they've heard concerns from parents, including one parent who says their child excels at reading but struggles with tests. Their child would have been held back last year if this law was already in place, despite their ability to read chapter books since first grade.
This law needs to have some tweaks to it at a minimum and give teachers opportunity to evaluate students on more than just a single item relative for promotion.
The board voted unanimously to pass a resolution asking legislators to amend the law to keep retention decisions on a local level. The resolution says other states with similar laws have not shown strong results, and some showed a negative outcome for at-risk students and students with disabilities. I reached out to State Senator Jack Johnson, who sponsored the legislation and represents Williamson County, asking whether he'll consider the changes. A spokesperson told me he was unavailable due to scheduling and didn't reply to my request for a written statement. Senator Johnson later tweeted that parents must be involved in education, but didn't reply to my tweet asking for an interview.
Some TSU students and their parents continue to sound the alarm after discovering some students will end up in hotels and not dorms. A senior who wants to remain anonymous says some students still do not have their housing assignment and classes start August 22nd.
Here I am at 3 o'clock on Friday, which is supposed to be the deadline to have housing assignments, and I'm still with no housing.
The state's building commission just approved lease agreements for 1 year with 5 hotels and a 3-year agreement with the House of God. University President Dr. Glenda Glover says TSU is committed to providing housing for students and are working closely with state agencies to add more residence halls in the future. One sophomore says they're glad to have a place to live, but they didn't sign up for university housing to live in a hotel.
Because the way we were treated this year is not a way you should treat students that are paying you money to come to school.
Another concern for students, distance. Looking at this map, while House of God is close to campus, some of the hotels are not, with the La Quinta Opryland almost 10 miles away.
I have professors reaching out to me asking me if I have housing yet, how this is going to affect my ability to get to campus, to be able to get to class on time.
The university says they're looking for more housing options to meet the demand for on-campus housing related to Nashville's higher cost of living.